Hi, good morning, everybody. It's Lesley Strachan from Lesley Strachan Coaching. So glad you're here with me today. If you're watching the replay, that's great. Welcome along. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Jack Canfield and the success principles before we get started, because that's the whole point of helping people with their lives and careers. My question to you is, has anyone read the book? If you haven't, I would suggest you get it, because Jack's a best-selling author of over 60 books and has coached thousands of people all over the world. I'm one of his certified traders in the Success Principles, and I work exclusively in the UK. So what the Success Principles will enable you and your students to do is to discover why on earth you're here. What's your life purpose? What's the point? It'll also help you to prioritize your goals and discover the proven steps to achieving anything you want. You'll get clear on what you really want from real life and create a vision board and an action plan, and learn the systems and techniques that are going to help you to get you where you want to go. It's highly successful for students from age 14 upwards, right through to retirees. These principles have been now used for over 40 years. I've applied them in my own life. So I'm speaking from practical experience here. And I've also written on a book on the subject as well, which you can see here. It's called The Ultimate Guide for Parents. So if you have a teen in the house, you can become their coach. It's amazing. So let's move on and have a look at one of the problems I experience quite a lot. In fact, in all my classes, I'm just going to take a step back and say that I have lots of hats on. One of my hats is an academic, and the other one is as a life coach as well. So I combine the two in higher education, but also I work with individuals and have my online course too. So when I first walk into the classroom, which will be very soon this year, I usually come across lots of different problems amongst students, but the one that used to scare me the most is I say to them, do you have a Scooby-Doo about what you want to do with these bright, shiny new degrees? And I'd probably have about 10% to 100% certain about what they want to do. Another 10% who not sure what I want to do, but I think I know what I want to do. Pre-COVID, it was about 70% of students who really did not know what to do with their degrees or in life. It leads to anxiety, it leads to depression, it leads to mental health issues. And I'm on a mission to help. So the same applies to adults watching this video too. Do you have a Scooby-Doo what you want to do now or in the future? Because it will help you be more positive in life. So my mission is to help everybody, because everybody can find their direction in life with coaching programs that are proven to work. I get people and students from where they are right now to where they want to go to. So it's all about focusing on their own personal development. I am not a career coach. I do the bit up front before career coaching and find out who people want to be, what they want to have, and what they want to do, thus creating a balanced lifestyle and supporting their own life's passions. So I'm hoping today to give you some aspiration and motivation. This is meant to be interactive and thought-provoking. And I really want you to take some time out while you're watching this. Stop the video, do some of the exercises. And so we're going to talk next about what it is you want to do. What do you not want in your life? What do you want for the next year or two? And we're going to focus on some goals. And then we're going to commit 100% to actually achieving those goals. And hopefully by the time you finish this, you'll be able to construct a nice vision board or mood board about what it is you want to do in life. But for the minute, let's stop, relax, take a big deep breath in and exhale slowly. Blow those dandelion petals away. and breathe in and breathe out. Last time. And breathe out. I do this a lot with students as well. Stops them looking at their phone for 5 minutes. So what I want you to do now is find an electronic device or a notepad, or however you like to make notes. And what I'd like you to do now is say no to anything that's not working in your life. It could be these 6 areas that we're going to talk about briefly. So I want you to stop the video now and think about what it is you don't want in your life. I don't want to be homeless. I don't want to not ever work again. I don't want never to take holidays again. I don't want particularly to be an employee anymore. I like being a contractor. So a couple of people I was working with last week were saying they've got to that stage in their senior career in the NHS, for example, where they don't want the kind of rubbish that comes with the senior leadership in that organisation. That kind of leads into this anxiety, depression, mental health issues for them because they're unhappy doing their job. Most students will say to me, I don't want to not have a job. I don't want to be at school. I don't want to get this degree and have nothing to show for it. I don't want to be in debt for the rest of my life. So why don't you stop the video now? Because humans being humans, we get into a state of not knowing what we want, but we do know what we're fed up with. So can you make a list for me now of all the things that you are fed up with? When you've finished, restart this video. And then I kind of want you to prioritize what those don't wants are. So stop the video now. Okay, and welcome back. So I hope you've got a nice long list now. So if you don't want those things on your list, what do you want instead? So what I want you to do is have a go at looking at all the things that you don't want. And on the opposite side, if there were nothing in the way to stop you, what would you want? Okay, so students will say, I don't want my study at university to be a waste of time. So what do you want instead? A really good, well-paid job that uses what I've learned at university, your employability skills, all sorts of things like that, your transferable and personal skills and all that sort of thing. So I very often get a lot of adults on senior leadership apprenticeship programs. They don't know what they want either. So I'm saying, why are you doing a senior leadership apprenticeship if you don't know what you're going to be able to use it for? Because it doesn't motivate people to show up, turn in the work, and move on with their careers because they don't know what their life and career looks like. So what do you want instead? Now, students at school will say, I want a house, I want a pet, I want to be a nurse, I want to leave home, I want to travel, I want really good friends. And adults, the same sort of things applies to them. What do you want instead? I want to be happy, I want to be passionate, I want to feel alive, I want to look forward to going to work each day. And you can tell that none of these are really to do with money at all. It's to do with what's in here, what you're passionate about. And so when I said earlier, I'm not a career coach can't offer you the passion. You have to find it within yourself. And this comes down to 3 things: what you want to be, what you want to do, and what you want to have. The last one is more things orientated, if you like. The other 2 are kind of more spiritual in nature, but you have to know. So we're going to look at the next slide, which has disappeared on me. We're going to look at 6 goals today, and you get what you focus on. So why don't you focus on what you want versus what you don't want? This is a picture of a whole load of kids at what used to be called Chamberlain College for the arts. They're all off now doing college courses. I'm probably at university at the moment. They went through a Success Principles course over 6 weeks. Only one student in that group knew what they wanted to do. By the time we'd finished, I'm going to show you some exciting results you'll be really amazed at. So what we're going to do is focus on 6 areas of our life. Now, because this video is quite short, this is quite a long piece of work that you would do for yourself or with your students. And for the I want list that you've already prepared, what I need you to do now is perhaps pause this video for a little while in a second and look at that long list of things that you want and then prioritize them into those 6 areas of your life. And you can see from this, this is a balanced lifestyle exercise. It's not about your career, although it does include the career. So I want you to set some goals today, just so that you can get the hang of all of this. And if you were to achieve one of your goals right now, which one of those 6 would it be? Would it be financial, career, relationships, fun and recreation, fitness and health, and personal goals? Right now, I'm focused on pre-diabetic diagnostic. So I'm working on my fitness and health now to get my sugar levels down and also to get a little bit fitter now. So what is it you want off your I want list, and what goal can you set which will help you to achieve it? Now, when you go back to this video a bit later on, you can have a look at all 6 areas, or you might want to do that now. So moving on from that, this is kind of what a vision board looks like. This is one that's about 4 years old for me now. And I've achieved most of those things on the vision board. I'm actually going, there's a picture of a giraffe here. So I'm actually going for my birthday to Giraffe Manor in Nairobi next year, which I'm super excited about. It'll be amazing. And the rest are financial targets or personal targets or job-related things. I wanted to go meet Jack personally and train with him, which I did. And he signed my book, which is absolutely amazing. So go and have a look at Jack's work. It's amazing. And I'm very proud to be one of his Canfield trainers. So you can create that vision board yourself in our longer course that we do with students and with adults on my Thinkific course site. We do this in greater detail and collaborate with each other, and you have me as your coach. So having gone from the problems of feeling anxious and depressed and not having self-belief and not taking responsibility, I just want to show you just one example of those students at Chamberlain College for the Arts. When we started, right at the beginning, they were the blue lines that you can see. And when we finished, they were the orange lines. So we can see there's been a huge change in their levels of personal responsibility, knowing who they are and their personal qualities and their value. Having done a vision board, they've got a really strong belief in their future. They understand their employability skills a little bit better now. The one thing that was interesting for me is that none of them had a CV. So from start of week 1 to week 6, they now have a CV. They have a 5-year plan. It was just the whole difference for me in those light bulb moments is about self-confidence and self-belief and personal responsibility and increases in their mental health. This was for students in a school. The same kind of things apply. And if you ever decide to work with me, then we do a pre-set up questionnaire, and we also do one at the back so that you can measure your return on investment for the course that you actually go for. I'm just so proud of these people and everybody that I work with, because they make such significant changes, which are really, really important. So if we were meeting next year, which I hope we do, What has to have happened during that 3-year period, or this 1-year period rather, for you to feel happy about your progress? So go back to that original goal. And if I was to meet you next year and I said to you, did you achieve it? Amazing. You will have to face some challenges throughout the year. When I set my goals last year, never in a million years did I reckon on my brother dying last August and my mother dying this June. So it's kind of thrown me, we call this in the Canfield methodology, it throws you off course. So you feel like you're being thrown around a little bit. Sorry about the jiggling, if it makes you feel sick. But you will have to get over those challenges and show your resilience as you go by. But as our courses progress, you'll learn how to do that. But there are also huge opportunities by deciding what you want. You kind of have this law of attraction where people and things come unbeknown to you from all over the place. And it's absolutely magic when that happens. You'll need to have some strength here to really make this happen. So there's a kind of a change of behavior going on here. But if you practice it every single day, this change of behavior, I can, I will, versus I shouldn't, I can't. Ooh, what will people think? Don't be bothered about what people think. Gather people who are around you who are going to be really, really supportive. So if you're working with young people, or you're working with students, or even postgrad, even for yourself, get them to do this I don't want list. Get them to do I want list. Get them to create vision boards. Get them to create goals, and ask them that if we were having a meeting next year or a reunion, whatever it is you want to call it, what would have needed to happen, and did you achieve that? I do some quite interesting things with undergraduate and postgraduate students. We have a bit of a party at the end, and they come as who they want to be within the next 3 to 5 years. And I get students coming back going, oh, I'm a film director in California now. I'd like you to introduce me to my wife and 2 children. I'm doing amazing. I'm doing a lot of filming, also into script writing. And can you imagine that feeling of going from being completely unsure and lacking in self-confidence about what they want to do with their degree, to imagining this future going forward and actually making steps and goals and plans to actually achieve that? So one of the reasons I absolutely love my job, it's absolutely amazing. So you might say, so what? So what's next? So for you, I want to thank you very much for joining me today. For those of you who subscribed and attended the live session, or if you didn't attend the live session, I'm going to send you a PDF copy of the success principles as an extra added value. What I'd also like you to do is book an exploratory call with me. There's my calendar link. We can chat for up to 45 minutes. And I'd like you to tell me whether this is something that you want to do for yourself, or something that you want to do for your students. And we can talk about how that might happen. So that'd be very exciting. Or if you're an individual and you really want to get on with this life coaching course, then look for Lesley's School at thinkific.com, and my course is called Get What You Want. If you want to book some time with me beforehand, again, use that Calendly link to book some time with me. And just making it, it's not an exploratory call. We don't go into sales mode here, because people who do these courses want to do it and they want to chat. So are you one of those people? If you are, get onto this Calendly website and book some time with me. So, and finally, well, nearly finally, the 2 books I was talking about are on Amazon. So if you want a hard copy or an e-copy, Jack Canfield's The Success Principles are there. We've got 64 success principles, so we can pick and mix which ones we use with our students or for you. My book is called The Ultimate Guide for Parents. So if you've got younger people in the house, you can learn to be their coach too. And finally, here's all my contact details, my emails. Do feel free to contact me at any time. Thank you for watching this. I hope you've got some value. If you have, please leave some comments for me in the YouTube channel, or you can drop me a message on LinkedIn, which would be fabulous. In the meantime, hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you for being with me.